So instead of going back 34 kilometers, which is 20 and 14, Pythagoras said and discovered and worked out and proved that this distance from here to there will be shorter than 34. But let's prove it. What did Pythagoras say? A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So we want to calculate the length of side C, which is sloping. And just to let you know, it's called the hypotenuse, but we'll come on to that later on. So we're going to work out this equation. A squared is A is 14. So a squared is 14 squared, and 14 squared is 196. B squared is 20 squared, and 20 squared is 400. And 400 plus 196 is 596. So if we want to work out what C is, we need to work out the square root of 596, because C squared is the inverse of the square root. So we are trying to work out the length of side C. So I could write it as C is equal to the square root of 196 plus 400, which is 596. And using my estimation skills, the answer is going to be roughly about 24.1 or 0.2. I'm sure you can work it out with your calculator. So we now know that side C is 24.1 kilometers long. As we know, from there to there was 34, but can you see that 24 is a lot shorter? And I'm sure a lot quicker as well. Now that we know what to do, let's look at the drawing on my table here. I've drawn my right angled triangle here. I'm going to put the right angle there because we know what it is. And I'm going to say this is side A, this is side B, and guess what this is? Side C. I've written some important bits of language. This is the bottom of my triangle, the base of my triangle. A is perpendicular to B, where you've got two straight lines where they meet, horizontally and vertically, they form a right angle. That's what the word perpendicular means. And please remember, young people, that it's not the same as parallel, it's perpendicular. And then you've got the hypotenuse, which is the sloping side, which is the longest side, and that is side C. So I'm going to put some figures in and then let's work them out. Some nice easy ones. Let's just say I start my boat journey from this position and I'm going to sail east. I'm going to sail west, sorry. I'm going to sail west for 12 kilometers. When I get to this point here, I'm going to change direction and sail north for 15 kilometers. And when I get to this point here, I want to get back to where I started from in the quickest time and the shortest distance. From here to there is 15, and from there to there is 12, and 15 plus 12 is 27. That is if I go back on myself and along that way there. But if we use Pythagoras, and what did Pythagoras say? A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. We know that a is 12, and 12 times 12 is 144. We know that b is 15, and 15 squared is 225. And if we add these two numbers together, we're going to get 369. We need to work out the square root. Remember, square and square root are inverse of each other. We need to work out the square root of 369. Now, what do I know? I know that 19 squared is 361. I definitely know that. So I'm going to give you a rough estimate. 369 is going to be roughly 19.1 kilometers. Roughly. I'm very close though. So this length here is 19.1 kilometers, which is a lot shorter than 27. As I said to you, the hypotenuse is always the longest side, and 19.1 is longer than 15, and 19.1 is longer than 12. So we have proved that Pythagoras actually works. Thank you very much.